Hi there, this is Jen, and thanks for joining me today. Today I'm creating a Slimline card using contents from the December Hedgehog Hollow subscription box, and this box has lots of fun goodies in it. One of the stamp sets is this 6x8 stamp set. It is called Forest Friends. It is super cute. There are two other stamp sets in this box, as well as some glitter. And I'm going to be creating, like I said, a slimline card. I used a piece of Hammermill cardstock, cut 3.5 to 8.5. And I'm going to use this Cat Scrappiness slimline die. This is not included in the subscription box. This is an item from my stash. And before I cut the slimline die out, I wanted to go ahead and ink blend my cardstock. So I am using a piece of Bristol Smooth cardstock, and I'm using some Catherine Pooler inks in green tea, and that's the lighter green. And then I'll go in around the outside edges with the eucalyptus. So I'm just using my blending brush and trying to just blend these two colors together. And I wanted it to fade out on the color towards the inside, so that the tips of some of the leaves from the die will be a lighter color. And I'm not concerned about getting the middle part, because that part will be cut out when I run that die through my die cut machine. So after I use the eucalyptus, I go back in with the green tea just to try and blend those two colors together a little bit better. And once I'm done with that, I will take the slimline die and run that through my die cut machine. And it creates a really pretty die that can be used as a stencil as well. And I do use it sort of as a stencil here in a little bit for the background. And then I went ahead and stamped out in some VersaFine black a bunch of the images. I don't show the coloring in this video, but I do use my Tombow brush markers along with water. So I did stamp it in VersaFine black ink. And now I'm going to take some of my Starry Nights watercolors and splatter that die cut piece. And then I will also splatter the background of the card with a little bit of that gold splatter as well. And then of course I splatter it with, or I splatter the die cut piece with a little bit of the Kuretake white opaque paint. And so this does not reactivate very well once it's dried, and so I've been trying to just put a little bit of a dab and then water it down, and that works well. But it doesn't take a whole lot to add the splatter. And I think it looks really pretty with that gold splatter and then a little bit of that white. So here is where I'm using this as a stencil. I'm going to stack these two die cuts together, these two pieces, just to add a little bit of height. But I wanted a little bit of color in the background. So as you can see, I use it as a stencil. You're not going to be able to see the actual impression from the leaves, but I just wanted to add a little bit of a color that you'll be able to see through that die cut. And so that's going to be my background. And then I'm taking my Red Top Fine Line glue and putting some glue on the white piece that's going to be underneath the top layer. And then I'm going to lay out my little characters. So I am putting to the two little bears and the bunny rabbit behind the die cut piece. So I'm just trying to figure out how I want them laid out. And then I am going to grab some seal and press and seal, I think, and pick up those images so that they remain exactly where I want them. So if you haven't used press and seal, it is a little bit tacky, but not adhesive tacky. It's almost like a temporary adhesive in a way. And so the paper images will stick, but they're not going to be like stuck on there or tear your paper or anything. So basically I just turned that piece over and added my liquid glue and then put that back down onto my card panel, and just moved this one piece so it was a little bit straighter, and push those down, and those are adhered to my card base. And then I took the liquid glue again and added glue to the back of this piece, And then for the reindeer and the moose, I added a little bit of really thin foam just to pop those up a little bit. And then for the sentiment for this card, the subscription box comes with a sheet of foilable sentiments. I didn't foil the sentiment that I used on this card, but these are toner sentiments basically, so you can run them through your laminator or your mini mink with foil. And so I chose a sentiment that says sending hugs. And to adhere the entire piece to my card base, I am using my tape adhesive or double-sided tape adhesive. I'll go ahead and pop that on my card base. I added a few sequins and that finishes off this card. I think the stamp set is so super adorable and I really love how this card turned out. I hope you liked it as well. If you did like this video or find it informative, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. As always, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to spend with me, and I hope to catch you later.